Real quick before we get out of here, we've been on for about an hour. Let's see here. We're gonna hit this real quick. What else do I have? The specs of the Z Fold 8 wide specs leak with alleged battery and camera upgrade. So let's dive into this real quick. So for the Z Fold 8, we know it's essentially going to be a refresh, and goes to show you just how much better the Motorola Razr Fold is than what Samsung had, than any outside of Oppo and the Find, or excuse me, the N6. I'm taking that out of the equation and just talking about US specifically. Samsung is going to refresh this Fold 8. Not talking about the wide, just the regular Fold 8. And here's the thing, they're going to make it even thinner and lighter, but just a hair thinner and a hair lighter. You're going to get a new CPU, and that's about it. So, womp, womp, womp. That's for the regular Fold 8. But what about the Z Fold 8 wide? What about that wide? Well, we got some new information. Let's see. Oh, okay. I left out an upgrade. The Z Fold 8 is going to get a slight battery spec bump up to 5,000 milliamp hours for the battery as well. So I couldn't leave that out. But let's go to the Fold wide, because this is the one I can see myself getting. Now, I'm not a foldable person. I still haven't pre-ordered the Motorola Razr Fold. I might not. I just don't know how much I would use the inside screen if the outside screen is that good. But for those of y'all that are interested, it's confirmed to have a 4:3 ratio inner display aspect ratio. It's going to have two 50 megapixel rear sensors, one for the wide angle, one for the ultra wide. So you're not going to get that 200 megapixel sensor that they put on the S25 Edge. It's going to get two 50 megapixel sensors. Now, I don't know, is it going to be the are they going to be brand new 50 megapixel sensors, meaning brand new models, or is it going to be the same old 50 megapixel sensors that they put in the S26, S25, S24, S23? I have no clue. Knowing Samsung and the way things are going, I'm anticipating this having the old 50 megapixel sensor in there. Now, it's not trash, but it's certainly not up there with the best. I guess it'll do. But that's what it's going to come with. And let's see here. It's going to have a 4,800 milliamp per hour battery. It's going to weigh right around 200 grams. So that's where that sits at the moment. Now, this will be launched, I believe it's July 19th. I think it's July 19th. Somewhere right around the second week in July, they're going to launch the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8, Z Fold 8 Wide, Z Flip 8, and we're getting new watches, and I think a new tablet, although that's not confirmed. But we are getting new foldables, we are getting new watches, and I think there's the Galaxy XR, the glasses. I think they're going to launch those as well. But subscribe to the channel. I'm going to cover this for everybody. So another interesting foldable, I think, with that aspect ratio, I think that would suit me better than the others, quite honestly. Personal preference, right? Now, real quick before we get out of here, this is something somebody brought up yesterday. Hey, or the last few days. Whatever happened to RCS 4.0 update? This is supposed to be the iMessage update for Android users, meaning, iMessage, for as much shit as I give Apple, I do applaud them and congratulate them for successful stuff and stuff they've been good at, and iMessage is one of them. It's a very intuitive messaging system, right? How it's based, and it's based completely different than Google Messages. Google Messages application is based off of SMS, and they did implement RCS, but iMessage you can do a little bit more. Let's be honest, right? But those days appear to be behind us. At some point they will be, because we got word that Google Messages, they're gonna send us a Google Messages 4.0 update. This is supposed to open up Google Messages, and you're gonna get that crystal clear, high definition, dare I say ultra definition quality, video calling quality in your right from your Messages app. You're also going to get 3D emojis, new high definition 3D emojis. I know that's in the Android 17 beta that they're introduced with Pixels, but that'll make its way to other devices as well. And what else am I missing here? You're going to get, oh, I know I'm missing something. Its video calls are going to be really good, and something else. Well, Messages already offers, let's see. I just got this update right before I started my live stream. So I didn't notice anything different, but I literally just updated my phone like 30 seconds before I went live. So I think this is part of the rollout, although I don't think it's technically 4.0, but this article is saying that the new Messages, the new beta, I have Google Messages beta running on my phones. They're saying the new 4.0 video RCS calls are in the code of this new application that's out. Now, I don't know if you have to video call somebody. Well, I'm pretty sure you do have to video call somebody else that has this application on their device for it to be crystal clear and ultra HD video calling. I don't ever do video calling, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I always found it weird when you're running errands, you go into a store, and somebody's video chatting, but they don't have Bluetooth in, right? So you can clearly hear their conversation, and they're just, oh yeah, do you want this, large or small? Oh, what do you, just going on and on and on. I'm like, kind of tacky. But I never video chat, but I know there's lots of people that do. But I just want to get our level of messaging on that same level that Apple's got theirs, right? It's on the way. It's on the way. But I think that is it. Yeah, Flossie did review an Honor phone was that last week? I think it was last week. Huh. Yeah, I think the days of putting a S Pen in a foldable for Samsung are over. However, I heard they have something clever up their sleeve with the S Pen. So they're not necessarily going to put a silo, meaning a little inlet where you can stick your S Pen in, like for the S26 Ultra, S25 Ultra, S24 Ultra. What Samsung's going to do is put a little indentation. They're going to carve out on the very side of the phone, of the foldable. Now, I don't think they're going to implement this on the Note. Excuse me. I don't think Samsung's going to implement this new tech, the Pen tech, on because they don't support S Pen. But for future devices, they put a patent in. Who knows when they're gonna implement this? But where on the side of the phone, on the side rail, right where the edge is, literally on the side of the phone where it's flat, they carved out a little place for you to stick a S Pen in. So it technically won't go inside the phone. It'll just sit on the edge of the phone, but still be kind of flush with the side. It'll stick in there with magnets. I don't know when they're going to implement that. It could be next year, it could be in 3 years. But I know they put a patent and got approved for the patent for that. So, it's kind of nice to know you won't just have to run around with it in your pocket, So, I appreciate the time. It's getting a little late over here. So, what was I going to schedule tomorrow? See, if I don't write stuff down, I forget. Oh, I was going to have the future of smartphones. That's what I want to talk about tomorrow because it does not look good. And that deserves its whole live stream altogether, just by itself. We may do two shows tomorrow because of Google I/O. you know, they're going to launch, they're going to announce some new hardware of something. I don't think it's going to be a phone, but they'll launch something, and a bunch of new projects, a bunch of new software, a bunch of new features. They're probably going to roll stuff out, a whole bunch of app updates. So there's no way I can not talk about that. I'm sure there's going to be some cool stuff. So join me for that. So we'll talk about the future of smartphones, which does not look good. And we will talk Google I/O. So I'll go ahead and schedule that right now. And hope you have a fantastic evening. Please be safe. And we'll see you here back tomorrow. Peace out.
Yeah. Woo.
I just need my space right now.
Fresh off the G5 jet, I'm on my way to a brand new kit.